Hi everyone, I'm Jyue from the makeup room. I've just done a very simple glowy makeup for Christine, something that doesn't take more than 15 minutes in the morning to achieve, and how with very little basic makeup skills and technique you will be able to achieve this, I promise, in less than 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do a really simple makeup. Now, when it comes to makeup, there's this whole spectrum of things that you can do to your face. But today, something really simple, straightforward, and yet impactful and effective. Okay? So first, hydration is very important when it comes to makeup. So I'm just going to start with hydrating the lips first.
So I've been breaking out a lot because of having to wear the mask because of the COVID situation. What advice do you have in terms of being able to prevent the breakouts or being able to manage it a bit better? It's been quite annoying because I don't usually have breakouts.
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah.
So the thing is also not to skip the moisturizing part. It's about using appropriate products, especially for this area. So there's a lot of humidity that's trapped behind the mask. So you keep it hydrated, but at the same time, that's why I use the Crystal Gel mask. That really helps to form a protective film to help prevent, pimples underneath the mask. Now I mix the sunscreen with the Restore Gel mask on my brush. Can you see? So I mix it on the palette. I'm actually applying in a downward motion.
I guess the issue with the brushes and sponges for me is I don't quite know how to wash them afterwards, and I feel that they harbor all that bacteria. So I feel like I don't know how to manage that. Some people tell me to put the sponges in the microwave.
Actually, for brushes is to use hair shampoo.
Hair shampoo?
Yeah,
okay.
Hair shampoo is a very simple and effective way to wash all your makeup brushes. There is also brush cleansers in the market that is available. Yeah. But whatever you're using for your hair is good for your brushes.
And how often do you have to wash them?
If you can wash them after every single use. For us, we wash them after every single use. For you, can be once a week. Can you see that? This is actually already part of the makeup because it changed the texture of the skin already. It's really nice and glowy. The next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of blusher first. Okay. Now we start with the big areas first, and then the second biggest area is actually the blusher. You see, I haven't even started on foundation. I keep it really simple, so there's no foundation, just blusher first. Okay, I picked a very like an earth tone coral. So I'm going to just, you smile a bit, and I'm going to stroke it like 45-degree downwards. On the apples of the cheek. So everything else is glowy due to the sunscreen and the Restore Gel mask. But when I'm using the blusher, which is a matte texture, powdered texture, it kind of matte down the skin here. Can you see? Just nice. Then next, I'm going to use the concealer. When it comes to the concealer, I'm just going to put a little bit on the under eye. I like to work a little bit at the outer corner of the eyes to lift. And when it comes to concealer, right, as little as possible, okay? Just where it's needed. And then I'm just gonna a little bit around the side of the nose, to conceal the redness. Exactly what's needed. Okay, so just very simple. Right now it's just skincare, blusher, concealer, and you already look glowy and everything looks a little even out. I'm going to use a white shadow. Okay, white is the safest color. No additional skills needed. I'm going to land right in the inner corner of the eyes, just like that. Okay, I'm going to land a little bit just below the brow bone, like a straight downwards, just right in the center. Helps to brighten up the eyes because we form a strip here. Then I'm going to use like coral, orangey, just close up. I usually start with the white first. It's like to block out those areas where I don't want the eyeshadow color to get picked up. And then I just confidently brush like a coral or a earth tone color all over the eyelids. So the color doesn't get picked up as much as the sides here because we've got the white there. So I'm just going to wash the coral color all over, quick and fast. I'm going to use a very light brown. Really light brown. And you notice that I only start right in the middle of the eyes. So I don't actually work on the whole length of the eye, but just the outer half of the eye. So I start from the center of the eye, move it outwards, then upwards, and just flip it and open. Okay, so it's very soft definition on the outside. And then I'm going to curl her lashes. You'll be surprised that sometimes just a little goes a long way. It doesn't always mean that we have to put a liner that's so defined and so strong to give the eyes definition. But just something very light like this would actually help to open up the eyes. And after I curl the lashes, I just apply haphazardly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just right in the center of the eyes to give it a bit more definition. So there's the liner at the outer end, and then there's the lashes in the center part of the eyes. Okay.
So just with eyeshadow, I always struggle with the coral colors. I know like when I watch Korean shows, they have perfect eyeshadow with perfect coral shade. But how do you pick the right coral for your skin type?
Okay, actually the corals, right, is mainly the placement of where you put the coral eyeshadow. You notice that I don't bring the coral up to the eyelids. I keep it really, really close to the roots of the lashes. The maximum I'll go is just probably halfway up to here.
Right.
So nothing more than that because it will otherwise make your eyes look a little puffy.
Yeah, I look like I'm punched or been crying or something.
And you notice that just now I put the white right in the center here and right in the middle here is to prevent the coral from being picked up too intensely on these areas. So that prevents the eyes from looking puffy and swollen. So it's really about the placement. Okay, so with that, you can safely use all the different shades of corals.
No matter your skin tone?
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then right now, I'm going to put, like, you just lift up a little bit. Just a little bit of sparkle. I like to just put a little bit of sparkle. Eyeshadow that has a different texture. Just now the two eyeshadows that I use are matte texture, but right now this one is a little more reflective. I'm using the brown tone so that it matches the hair color. The difference between a brow pencil and an eye pencil is that a brow pencil is a hard lead pencil, so you can vary the pressure. So when it comes to this part of the brows, you always keep it like really soft. But when it comes to the center part of the brows, you can make it a little more intense. And you can vary it. Okay? The trend now is to have not defined lips, but just a dab of color, a dash of color. So I usually like to dab the color just right in the center of the lip first. And with mask wearing, how do you make sure the lipstick stay? I'm going to show you very simple method. Number one, don't use lip gloss. Skip the glosses. So you just apply. You notice that I didn't use like perfect strokes. So the whole idea to keep the makeup looking natural is to have a little bit of imperfection going on. And that really makes you look more youthful. And then I'm going to just use a tissue and I'm just going to, you don't have to do anything, okay, just block it up once, twice, okay. We're going to layer one more time. Again, haphazardly, just in the center. You notice that I didn't even use a foundation. And the interesting thing is that with the sunscreen, the Restore Gel Mask, then the blush, these two parts here are matte. These parts are glowy. The lips is actually pretty matte because of the lip color that we've chosen. And I'm going to just dust a bit of loose powder all over the face. Okay? But instead of just blending it haphazardly now, I'm blending it really strategically. I like to blend just here because I want to take away the shine. But I leave this part here glowy, reflective. So I just take away the shine here. I like to blend a little bit just beside the nose. And then a little bit just at the corner of the lips. And I keep the rest. If this part is a little shiny, right in the center, just put a little bit of powder over. But I keep the bridge here reflective. Okay, so there's a disparity between this part, which is the nose bridge, and the side of the nose. So the side of the nose is matte, but the nose bridge is reflective. This part is matte, this part is reflective. So when you turn your face, this part is reflective, but this part is matte.
So you're contouring with bio skin moisture.
Yes, your own skin moisture, and really just very, very lightly, almost like there's nothing on the skin. But there is a difference between, because when you turn your face, there's reflection, but there's powder, and everything is very controlled. It looks really nice and natural. Okay, very nice, Christine. Thank you so much. I hope you learned a trick or two.
I did.
Very simple but effective.
Thank you.
Yeah. Try, okay? Try at home.
Natural makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta